You're listening to Real Love, Real Stories. And this, my friend, is a podcast to share love stories and also get tips on building meaningful relationships in all aspects of your life. This is your girl, Kanu. I'm the host and producer of the show, and I'm a therapist by training turned love guru. I am so thrilled that you have tuned in because without you, this wouldn't be so fun. So here is another great episode. Enjoy. A cat purring on your lap is more healing than any drug in the world, as the vibrations you are receiving are of pure love and contentment. This is an episode about the love for a cat, in particular a cat named Summer, and I hope that she is alive and happy, doing backflips, catching a ball of yarn. So how we got together. I was a salesperson for a healthcare company in Oregon, and one of my clients had a cat that had a ton of babies. So she told me about it. I had not been thinking about getting a cat, but I made a decision I would go visit these cute little babies. I think she had about 8 of them. They were all so cute, but it was love at first sight with my kitty Summer. My heart just melted and I knew I had to take her home. So I named her Summer because I love names that have an R in them. So I could roll the R. So Summer, I would say Summer. And then, oh my God, she just would purr and purr and purr. And I also chose that name because I lived on a street called Summerwood Drive. So I had no idea that I would love a cat the way I loved this little cuteness Summer. And there were so many benefits of us being together, just the two of us. So having Summer was a calming sort of feeling that brought joy to my heart and to my home. So many studies show that having a cat can calm nerves, lowers blood pressure, helps prevent and treat cardiovascular disease, cancer, chronic pain, even strengthen the immune system so that you can live longer. So one thing I noticed about my cat Summer is that anytime I was sick, she'd come and sit right next to me and watch me like a hawk. She wouldn't pester me to play with her like she normally would, or pester me to rub her. She'd be the perfect companion, just purring a little heart out. When we became a family, I was single and sometimes it got lonely at home. So knowing that she was there, though, made it bearable. I'd talk and she'd meow a response. It was lovely. And no, I wasn't losing my mind talking to my cat. So having her around made my mood better. I mean, I wasn't depressed or anything, but she had a way of calming me by her presence. She'd be my tail, following me everywhere, including the bathroom, the kitchen, you name it. And the only time she'd hide if she somehow knew that I was going to give her a bath. Oh my God, she did not like getting a bath. And I think I just gave it way too many baths. So she probably hated it because I used human shampoo, in particular kids shampoo, because I thought she'd smell good. I later learned that we shouldn't use human shampoos because it affects their pH levels. And, those smell good shampoos we use are actually a little bit too strong for them. So Summer and I, we did have our fun, but we also had some trials and tribulations together. For example, I thought every day when I got home from a long day of work, she'd be mad at me for not being there with her. And I would leave the house quite early in the morning around 7 and probably some days not come back until 8 or 9 at night because my job was very demanding at the time. So I had a townhouse that upon entering the garage, I had to take several stairs down to my bedroom. For my work, I would dress professionally and I would wear heels most of the time. So as I am going down the stairs, I am walking carefully, but she would run in front of me and go several, steps, and then she'd stop abruptly. And so I would feel like, oh my God, I'm about to step on my cat. And then I would stop, which would cause me to almost fall. So as I'm walking and carefully navigating the stairs in my heels, I cannot tell you how many times I'd almost fall when I try to avoid stepping on her. And then she'd ignore me for a few minutes. And then she would be like, okay, I'll hang out with this human. Would play catch. She'd love it. And oh my, she absolutely loved that. But the funny thing is, when I went to a pet store and bought all kinds of toys for her, she didn't like them. She played with them for a few days and didn't care about them anymore, and I love making scarves, so I had some leftover yarn. So I found a stick, tied the yarn on it, and that's what I used as a toy. And boy, she would go nuts. She loved that homemade toy. So when I first got Summer, I wasn't used to having a cat in the home. So if you know me, you know that I get startled very easily. So a day or two after, I got her settled in, she came into my bedroom in the middle of the night and was on my bed, like staring at me in the face. So since I was single and was used to complete stillness and silence in my bedroom, I woke up locking eyes with her two glowing in the dark eyes. Needless to say, I screamed, throwing the blankets off like a mad person. And she probably thought, what the hell is wrong with this human? So in case you're wondering, the glowing effect of the cat's eyes is known as eye shine. When a cat widens its pupils to adjust to darkness of the night, light enters the retina. It then bounces off an additional layer behind the retina called I'm going to butcher this, tapetum lucidum. This provides the colorful glowing effect of a cat's eyes as light reflects from the cells behind the retina. So that was good for me to know, because after that, I never screamed again. So one day, when she was about 4 months old, I was home all day that day, and I hadn't seen much of her. And I thought, that's odd. I went looking. And as time went on, I started panicking. And I thought maybe she ran out the door when I opened it. I looked everywhere and I couldn't find her. So after hours of search and looking inside, I finally went to the backyard. And guess who I saw between the screen door and the sliding door? And do you know how tiny that space is? She wedged herself in there and she was having a hard time getting out. She was stuck. I couldn't help it but burst out laughing. And I even laugh even to this day. I laughed so hard, and I think she did too in her own cat way. Summer, I miss you. I miss your little whiskers in my face. I miss when you saw that I was dressed to go to work wearing my black pants that were fur magnet, that you would come and rub on me so that I would take part of you to work. So even though it has been quite some time now, because I ended up giving her up for adoption to a wonderful, wonderful older lady who needed a companion. So I still think about her, wondering if she's happy. Does she think about me? I know it's silly, but did I make the right decision giving her to this lady that got her? I've heard stories about pets who travel many, many miles on their own to be with their owners months and months after, even sometimes years after they've gone their separate ways. So occasionally I have nightmares that she walked 1,000 miles, which is the distance between Oregon and Arizona, to come find me, even though that would be amazing. So that's my story about my cute little Summer. I miss her. I still have pictures of her. I look at them and I wonder if she's happy. But if you are a person who is considering getting a cat, if this is your first time, I'm just going to share some 5 things you should know before taking one home. So the first thing is make sure that you're not allergic to them. I actually had some people that came to visit me, and upon staying one night, they start sneezing. They're allergic to cats. So according to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, almost 3 out of 10 Americans have animal allergies, and cat allergies are twice as common as dog allergies. So cats have a protein allergens present in their saliva, in their urine, in their dander, which is their dead skin cells that stimulate an allergy in a person's immune system. So make sure that you're not allergic, or your kids or anybody else who lives in your home is not allergic to cats. And then number 2, know the sex of your cat, whether it's a boy or girl. So I have a funny and cute story to share with you that a friend shared with me recently. I'm not sure how she got this cat, but I think she adopted the cat and she thought it was a boy cat. To her surprise, after the cat came back from, I'm going to call it cat hospital when it got COVID, it came back pregnant. So make sure that you know the sex of your cat, especially when you're going to socialize them with other cats, that they might come back with babies in their belly when you don't know, when you think it's a boy. So, and then also, number 3, know that this is a lifetime commitment. Cats can live up to 20 years, but you can also be like me, that if life happens that you cannot stay together, you can find them a good home like I did. And, I'm sure she's loved. I hope she's loved. And so you can find a home and somebody else can take care of her. Number 4, so make sure you're ready for your cat's scratching needs. Boy, let me tell you, some of my furniture pieces were ruined by my cat because she was using them as scratching posts, which is quite natural for them, but they need to have a specific scratching post. So make sure that you're ready for that. And then lastly, number 5, can you fit the cost of owning a cat into your budget? It can get very expensive. Owning a pet can cost you a lot for food, grooming, toys, vet bills, and all that treatment and care. Those are things you cannot avoid when you want to own a cat. So make sure that your budget is ready for that expense. So that's my cat story, my little Summer. I miss her so much. I hope she's happy, like I said. And I just wanted to share with you the love, my first fur baby love, Summer. Look at you, my friend. You made it all the way to the end. I'm so grateful. So the fact that you did make it all the way to the end, that means you liked this episode. So go ahead and be a hero. Send it to 3 people. And then go to iTunes where you can rate and review this podcast. Thanks again. Love always. Bye.